My wife had a secret iPad containing all her stuff. Part 4. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. Me, do you love him? Her, no I don't. I know that you won't believe me, but I actually hate him. As much as I hate myself. After a few hours of talking she left. Saying everything was true, I was the love of her life, etc. I sat by the beach thinking about the possibility of her being groomed, conditioned, etc. I mean, it makes sense. After she met him she totally changed. There was a reason why my therapist wanted to ask that question. Although she can't diagnose Marju's, she thinks he has sociopathic tendencies. Hence why he asked about our marriage. She said it's clear that he had an agenda asking about your marriage to your wife so early. The signs are there. He did choose your wife. He knew that you were happily married and solid. So he had his new challenge. The challenge was simply to cause a breakup and ruin lives as sociopathic people do. Marju's would never have been with a single girl, because there was no challenge. But with my wife, it wasn't just her he was controlling but me as well, her friends and family. He turned her into everything your wife is against and made sure she did. He turned you, through your wife, into a depressed loner. She continued, that's why you never confronted her after the texts and videos. You didn't have the confidence at all. That's what he and your wife did. He pulled the strings but my wife willingly played along. Sociopaths like to manipulate and control the narrative. When you followed your wife to the parking lot, he probably knew you would follow your wife. If you confronted them there, most likely your wife would take his side there and then. Thus, he would have won. People who have sociopathic tendencies have no empathy. They are driven by seeing others suffer at their hands. Is there some truth to that? Is my wife a victim of a sociopath? It fits, but a part of me doesn't care. Well, part of me cares fully at times. Who is this guy I keep telling myself? I never saw one man come in with such authority and ruin people's lives. But deep down he was the package. He was a boss making decent money. He was 30 but looked 21, great physique and had confidence. That would make women turn right? But maybe my soon-to-be ex was right in that she finished with him that day I left. Because after I left, my neighbor said to me that Marju's kept coming round to my house demanding to talk to my soon-to-be ex. He apparently did this a number of times, as my wife said when we met. He was acting like a physically abusive husband. My therapist said sociopaths cannot accept rejection, especially when they don't have control. My wife dumped him and he became erratic. Why? My therapist said it's simple, your wife chose you over him, lucky me. He manipulated her for under a year and she still had the strength to finish it. That undoubtedly derailed his plans. I contacted HR about my wife and him. Turns out other people contacted HR as well. It seems that the affair news is spreading. He left shortly after me and my wife spoke. I don't know where. I don't care. My wife also left before she was pushed. Apparently people are not too happy with her and her behavior, especially her parents. She is staying with her parents and relocating. She is getting help with a psychologist though, which she definitely needs. I still speak to her family and our friends. They try to say that I should meet my soon-to-be ex again. But that's not happening. She needs to concentrate on getting better. As her family said that M did a huge number on her. The divorce will be finalized in a few weeks. I know some people said she won't sign after the meeting. But I had to go. I had to know why she did it. I had to know. Do I feel better? In a way, yes. My wife was as honest as she could be, I think. The pattern of the affair makes sense. My soon-to-be ex asked if there is a chance for reconciliation eventually. I have to admit, I thought about it. Even if she is a victim of a master manipulator, how can I trust her? If I took her back, all I would be thinking about is him and how I cannot measure up compared to him. I would feel second best no matter what. She assures me that it's not the case. That I have always been her soulmate. Even after she said it, my life with her wouldn't be the same. I suppose the moral of the story is that cheating is obviously wrong. It affects and damages the partners more so. Cheaters are truly selfish, they only own up if they're caught or leave divorce papers on the kitchen desk. I certainly won't marry again. The damage of the affair has hurt me deeply. I still feel inadequate about myself, that I'm not good enough. Although I have been going to the gym again. Hiking and camping with friends. I've been trying to stay active. Trying to move on, but I do have this hate. Hate my SDBX for easily falling for him. And him choosing my wife. Why did it have to be her, I keep telling myself? But these questions I ask myself are pointless because it's done now. The damage has been done and it still hurts. I still have my job and moving to the outskirts of the town is good. I'm not one of those people who move thousands of miles away, although I get it. But my work and social circle have been good to me and I don't want to lose it. If I relocated completely, then I feel they won and I refuse to be a victim. My therapist said that it will take time to heal, just be patient. Well, that's it. All of your comments I took on board and fully appreciate it. Here are some of the best comments from our community. While I believe that manipulation and conditioning played a role in what she did, it still doesn't change that she made a decision to cheat on you all the way on the first Friday with him. At that time she wasn't manipulated or conditioned. Those things take time, even more if she has been a loving and caring wife before. No, she wanted this to happen and made a decision not to break up with you but to cheat on you. Early on she made the decision that this guy is more important to her than you are, which finally set her up to get conditioned by him. That he was even able to condition her was only based on her own decision, because she wanted him. The humiliation and abuse you experienced afterwards from her might have come from her being manipulated, but the first decision to cheat on you only happened because she made a conscious decision to do so. I applaud you for being able to meet with her and to even listen to all she said. I don't think that many could have done that. Stick to your decision, divorce from her, and after that never see her again. If there was ever a case where the damage done was just too much to be repaired, then it is here. Take your time, focus on your healing, and be proud of yourself for getting yourself out of that abuse. That is what I want you to take away from this all for yourself. In a time of great hurt, when the person you cherished the most betrayed you on such a deep level, you stood up for yourself and did what you had to do to get out of there. And in your case, you even did it with your dignity intact. You are worth so much more than to be treated this way. I'm truly sorry for your loss, Op. There are some horrible people in this world. It's awful your wife was gullible enough to fall for his act, but she should have known better not to let it happen. It's sad that she threw away everything because she was a fool. It's hard not to pity her after it all. But she still makes the choice to willingly cheat, so she must bear the consequences. It's a good thing she's getting the help she needs. But the AP should burn in hell. That kind of garbage doesn't belong in society. I support reconciliation in most cases, but you're making the right choice divorcing her. After everything she did and everything you saw, there's no way you could continue a relationship when those memories haunt your thoughts. The things they did go far past a normal affair. Take your time to heal, it will still be a long journey. Hopefully one day you will be able to move on completely. And if anything happens, be sure to post an update, because all of us here are rooting for you. I have known one couple where she had an affair, realized that she had made a catastrophic error, and campaigned with every fiber of her being to get her ex to come back into the marriage. That is, until she realized that he had been ducking her. One evening, she saw him out with a girlfriend of hers. She walked up to them and asked the meaning of them being out together. That is when her GF lowered the boom and told her that since she decided that another man in her bedroom was allowable, that she was free to pursue the ex. Then she flashed the diamond ring. XWW made a scene, calling her ex and his fiancé more names than were in the phone book. She was then shut up by her ex-GF. He no longer wants you, he cannot trust you, you betrayed him for the sake of a few cheap orgasms, and now I have him and you do not. Go away, and stay there. XWW left the restaurant, tail between her legs. She tried for months to get friends and family to back her up, but was rebuffed. So, 5 years have passed, and she is now the ex-wife. He married the best girlfriend, and they have had a child, something his WW did not want as it would have fucked up her figure. Update end. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.